hopefully tonight I'll find the oil leak. I put some UV in it, and there's my UV light on my streamline. So the point of this is framing. I decided to split this up because it's this is kind of complex. So I don't know what it is you got to frame. I don't know what it is you're going to be framing, but this is what I'm framing, and I got a piece of extra cardboard from a TV set, obviously, or something Sony, and I glued it down. I don't know how many millions of times I've done this. Now it always makes me mad when I see people do this, so I'm not going to do it. But I'm kind of afraid of it blowing over. Let's just put it right here, and I'll clean it off pretty soon. Oop, I've been doing a lot of woodworking. So then what you do is you get your plexiglass, and you cut your plexiglass to fit this on the outer edges, and then there you go. And this still has the film on it. And then you get whatever kind of wood you're going to use, and I know I got to do this too. I'll put it there and see it more readily. See, I got to clean the stain off the back. Whatever. So I've already done this work. This is that's not one of them. I've done a lot of the. Oh no, I got to go up there and run the what's it again? The router. So you can see where I OG bit or quarter rounded or whatever I did, rounded off the edges of these things, and some are certainly longer than the others. And so I got to go back up to the machine them out, because okay, you can see now they're just rounded off, and they have no insets in them. So that's the way that goes. So I got to go up there and do that. Well, there's one. I did one. That's what it should look like. You can take a little bit more than that, and it'll make your life a little easier. So I might just do that. Let's just call that a first pass. So then you go up to, I'll have to put a straight bit on the thing. And well, Daphne's in here, so I got to go this way. Daphne takes up a lot. Get out of here, you birds. I saw you. Okay, so I got the rounding bit on there. So I guess let me make sure I rounded them all, and then I'll get. Where's my other bit? One fall down in there. Yep, that's the exact one I need. The one that fell down in there. Any other ones down in there? There's a wrench anyway. Okay, this is a two-hand job here. Two-hand job. That's what gives you that relief that you're gonna need later, and that's okay. So you got to make if you want to round that off, which I don't generally, you got to make a pass here, and a pass or two here. So each stick can go through here 4 or 5 times. So that's the way it goes. That's why they charge so much to do this. It's hard stuff. This is why, if I can, I'll do woodworking outside. A lot better that way. So, had a couple kind of foul up, but that's a nice deep groove. Happy with it. Got plenty of stock here, so I'm not concerned. Let's go do the next phase. Pull this in, unplug this thing, and come on, baby. It's that good yellow jacket stuff. Okay, so let's go to the chop saw. Now the trick here is to have a really nice, clean area to work with. Those are just stains. There's no oil stains in there. Just make sure it's really nice and clean. And I know you can hear the air compressor in the background. That's what happens when you blow the floor off. So I blew this off already, nice and clean. Got to be careful with puzzles. They come apart pretty easy. So then you just lay this out. We're going to lay this over here. And then we're going to, we got a chip in that one somehow. I don't know how that happened. So this, got to get on it. Let me wipe this down, and because now you got to kind of start thinking about cleaning stuff. and I'm going to put this on top of the puzzle here in a second. And we're getting ready to go in on this thing. This little work table was in my kitchen at one of my houses. It was an island, had a microwave down there and all that. Okay, what time is it? 4:46. So if I got my laser beam on, nope. And the laser beam on these, I wouldn't count on them too much. So this is going to be your waste end. This is going to be your starting end. And you know, you got to have the groove on the inside, of course. I thought I'd mention that. So let's try to use the shortest pieces you can, because you don't want to waste anything. So that one, is not going to do it. That one is just too short, so that's going to have to be another time. So I think that other one's going to be okay. Yeah, that's more than enough. Is this the next shortest one I have? Yeah. And so this one's going to be here. All right, so now you got to start going. So you might as well just sort of, you can meatball a little bit at this point. If you mess it up, it's over, so don't mess it up. So get your carpenter pencil out, and you're going to make a start here. So we're going to start right about here, and then we're going to go inward. So you don't have to keep flipping your saw around. Just don't be using Oreo's pencil. Don't be too aggressive at this point. Just you're gonna bite and nip and tuck and just kind of work around the edges. No pun intended. Sneak up on it. All right, so I've got them all kind of roughed in, and all right, gotta go get rid of that. I don't like that song. I don't like that artist. Say what you will. Everybody's got their preferences. Okay, so we got to start here, and we're just gonna rough this in, and we're gonna find this is not going to fit at all. Thank goodness, because we're gonna make it fit later. So the trick is, what do you do first? It's getting too windy and stormy. I'm gonna have to go in and neighbors out there cutting grass way off in the distance. So we're gonna do the outer edges. Just happens to be that way here first. Now you can use. Now leave a little bit right there, because you know we're going to get them all to within a couple of millimeters, and then we're going to. Okay, we're going to go a little bigger. Okay, so we're going to go right here. Now we're going to. Right there, and then we know that's like that. So now we're going to double cut. Excuse me. We're going to double cut, and so let's go do that. And we're just going to inch our way in here. We're going to do one at a time, one set at a time. The sides, and then the uppers of the uppers, and the sides, whatever you want to do. But let's start here. So you put this as even as you can get it. Go down here to your mark, and I get a little nervous right about now, and that's just as flat as it can be. Obviously need two hands, so I'm going to take that off right there. So you got that a lot closer, okay? And I need two hands to do this too. So we're right about there, and we're right about just on the inside. There's no real way, rhyme or reason to tell you how to do this, but I mean, you just kind of have to sort it for yourself. Now we can bring that in, and our corner here is going to start right about there. So let's go right about here. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. You're going to double cut. Okay, and this is our master one, our guiding one. I don't care about stuff like that, it sands out. So let's go do this one and see how I'm getting in on it. So she's tucking in up there, and so the long ones, the top and the bottoms, aren't too terrible, but the sides are got to come up some. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it for now, and see. This is what gets you a nice square frame when you do the top, bottom, side, right, left. So let's go take care of these. So now you're talking kerf, because I got it all tucked in up there. So the upper ones, the top and bottom's good, but the sides need just a little kerf off, and then we'll have it. And then we'll get the Gorilla Glue and those 45-degree angle clamps, and I get her going. See it, and let me tell you, you better start being careful here now. I mean, this is where you can really mess up real quick, and all your work goes to. So you don't want that. So you'll end up getting down to kerf. Like I said, you will have no waste. You'll just be the blade just turning it to dust. And see, I got it all in this corner, and all in that corner, and all in this corner, and that corner. You don't want to make it too tight, because wood breeze. I mean, it's just like, you know, the house on Green Acres, Pat Buttrum's house. You can't paint it because wood's got to breathe. So that's the same thing here. So we're all done with that thing. So remember to unplug it. So let's go get our tools and little Gorilla Glue. Now you're going to have to take the blanket off, because you're going to have to be on a flat surface to do this. So let's get our what's it things? Our clamps. Okay. And I don't mind this taking a while, because I just don't know, I just don't. You get to the point where you just don't want to mess up anymore. So I don't know what a frame like this costs anymore. I guess hundreds of dollars. And I know the tools cost a lot of money, but if you got a couple, and you can do this with a hand saw, hand miter box if you wanted to. So now we're to this point. Got stuff there. So let's blow the. How'd that get there? Okay, let's blow this off again. Get this over here. Don't pull that sheathing, that protective coating off that plexiglass till the last second. So, all right. So I got the old Metabo ready to go with brad nails. This is where you get hurt, so don't let it happen to you. And this is where you kind of see the fault of mechanical, that kind of chop saw there, because they're not extremely accurate, but we ain't going for extremely accurate. So you get to see how this works. I got the Gorilla Glue. Metabo and Gorilla, of course, not sponsors. I got my squaring jig, but I won't square. I got my square. Squaring square is best kind. And I'm going to do these two and then the other two, and then we'll mess with it tomorrow. So I'm going to put a little drop in here and get it. Oh, where's my noise abatement stuff? Where's everything? That's up there, of course. So let me go get that. Just a drop or two of Gorilla Glue. And hey, that might be a good commercial. I need to copyright that. Drop or two of Gorilla Glue. And we'll nail that. So you know, when you nail it, try to go this way. They're gonna come out. So just cut them off and tap them down with a nail set, and just put a little bit of the wood filler in there. Nobody's gonna catch you, because that's just part of something when you're doing something this delicate. Okay, let me go get my stuff so I can finish this out, this segment anyway. Oak is hard, but I just got the first rivet in here. I got that in real tight, and I got the Gorilla Glue, a little bead of it on there. So let's see if this works. Hope the nail doesn't go into the cambot there. And you just sort of, you know something's going to go wrong. So that wasn't too bad. Let's see if anything broke out of the front there. Nope. Little wood filler. It'll be fine. It's just a homemade thing. If you get a more precise box, miter box, you won't have these issues. So that looks real good. So we're going to put this over there. And we're going to put it flat. Make sure that this lays flat. Okay. And flat into there, and okay. Alright, so let's do this one. Now, you see this one went off pretty good. Not great, but great enough. This one didn't go so great. So, see, I had a pop out there. I tried, and it popped out here first. So you got to get your Dremel, cut that out, and it'll be okay. And just don't worry about it till tomorrow, because I've got a big storm coming. I got to go in. So we're gonna start again tomorrow, unless I get blown away or something. So close your windows. Make sure. My neighbors just came by and said he got stuck. He has a 0-turn mower, and he was up at the road. It's rained so much this winter, some of you know. It's looking ominous out there. He almost got stuck. I almost had to go pull him out. So he's got tractors too, but he's way down there at that Spectrum thing. He said he just went like the old-fashioned quicksand in an old horror movie or something. So anyway, it's going to be days before I can cut. But luckily I got a good strong lawnmower, and you can tell it's getting kind of bad. All right, let's go in. It is the next day, so we can release these. We're going to need them again. And you don't do any wood repair until the bitter end, and I mean until after you've got it stained and everything. Don't put any wood filler in or anything else until that time. So I'm waiting on the air compressor to come hither. You can probably hear it in the background. See, that's pretty strong. I mean, you know, for a frame. All right, and now we are here. So let me get this over here now, and we'll have all of this, and you can sort of see what's going to be happening. Get the Gorilla Glue, and we're just about there. And I'm going to figure out the wood staining here in a second. So put these back in place, and glue and nail, and you'll see in a minute. Okay, I didn't have any bust outs that time, so I only have the one, and I think it's that corner down there. It isn't tell from here. That's going to just be a low corner. So these went in good, so I got 3 out of 4, and that's pretty good. So we're going to let that sit there, and I'm going to go do something else. I got to go figure out what the stain's going to be by the time I wet this down a little bit, because you got to wet, you know, and that'll make this activate a lot quicker, and it'll hold anyway with the nails in it. So we can disconnect this, see, and then not waste any air. Okay, pretty cool, huh? All right, we got a little sanding to do there where they had a little breakout from the router table. And like I say, they ain't perfect, but it's just a puzzle thing. So now I would probably try a lot harder if it was something different. Yeah, that's a mess there, ain't it? Well, we'll fix it. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Let me go get the stain. So this is where your Dremel's going to come in to cut this stuff out of here, and that's about the best you can do. It's not. This one won't be. None of this is going to be too bad. And you can see even the Gorilla Glue sort of has filled it in some. So let's let's get this going here. You ready? Okay, so I'm trying to match this. I think that's pretty good. Just wipe it down. It's kind of hard to focus there. Yeah, I think that's a go right there. Okay. Okay. Well, let's not mess this one up. I got enough to do without fixing stuff that ain't broken quite yet. Anyway, just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and stain these other pieces. I'm not going to show you building this. I'm just going to go ahead and just do this while I'm staining. Stain beforehand, right? Don't let that stuff sit too long. Okay. We are just about ready to pull the film off. I've got my glue gun, glue gats going down there. I got plenty of glue sticks. I just got some arrow ones. They're a lot longer than these. I guess these have their place, but the ones I got are longer. I like the long ones better. So we're gonna peel off the film here. Okay. And there we go. I'm gonna put you here. I'll do this. Now you don't want to touch it, okay? Okay, and then do the same thing here. Oh, come on, baby doll. Let's start over here then, wherever you want to go. Okay. Now, if you're not careful, you will got the stuff on top of the camera. Don't get your you know, I usually make a mark because if you can get out of kilter on the thing. Okay, so I've already started on the other one over there. See, I just glued it down a minute ago. So gotta wait for that to get hot, and we're gonna blow this stuff off. Get all the little bits of stuff off of it. We'll put it right there, and then in just a few minutes we'll be wrapping it up. Oh, I had various problems today. Okay, so I'm gonna blow that off and invert it, and we're hot glue it in, and then you're basically done. All you gotta do is hang your wire, and I don't know. I'll go ahead and we'll do a hang it up shot, and then that'll be the end of it. So now you want to make sure you remember where your bad spot is, and it is this one right here. It's this corner right here. So this will be your lower corner. Okay, so you gotta just try to remember all them things. Okay, so I got it all cleaned off now. Make sure none of the edges are peeled up. Puzzles aren't what they used to be. This is Thomas Kincaid, not a sponsor. And so now that it's glued on there, you just basically just flip it over and put it in there. And that's about all there is to it. So we'll turn it over in a minute. Let me get the hot glue going. It won't hurt to put a little weight on it just to make sure it stays level so it won't stay proud of the wall or anything like that. Just make sure you're all even and, you know, about it. So then the way I do it, it's like welding a little bit. And try to get it down in there a little bit, but you don't want it spilling over. So you just sort of stitch it. And you just do a little bit at a time, because you don't want a gob of this coming out on the other end. You know what I mean? On the plexiglass side. Okay. So you get the idea. It's just don't glob it in there. Just let it. So just little bits at a time. So I got these little screws from radio control servos and stuff. And what I do is I just get a little bit. I drill them at an angle, you know, this way. And then I get some super glue. All right, and you'll see that it goes right down in there, and you'll see she'll start going at an angle. Okay, and you just get it in there, just enough room to get your wire in. Okay, I think that's okay. Then you get your zip kicker, which you don't really need here, but I use it anyway because I think it makes it dry a little better. Whew! Knock you out too. Okay, let me go get the wire. The glue has been drying for a while. I mean the hot glue. So I just gotten where I just buy these little packs because you always got some fresh. So I quit buying the big bottles because they just end up going bad, and I don't use a whole lot of it. I got this tester stuff. Single use super glue ain't single. You can get about 10 uses out of those. So cheap and easy, and don't go bad on you. Don't get mad. Lose, a little tiny fraction out of a tube. That's one thing. Okay, well, let's get the wire and some wire cutters, and we'll hang it up, and then that'll be it. Okay, so the only thing left to do, I got the wire on it, is, what is it? It's, I think it's 6th of March 2023. And there you go. And there you have it. So, just when you get this, this was mixed Dad's wire. It's real thin stuff. It's big enough to hold this up. So wrap around the screw a couple times and make it real tight. You don't want to drop it now. So let's see what she looks like. Oh, I had to make a couple of little shims in there too. I just want to confess to that. Sometimes that happens. So there it is. I don't really have enough light in here to do much with it. Let's hang it right here on the stove, and you can see what it looks like. So there you go. That's all there is to it. It's actually not too terrible to do. I'll get out of the light there. So see, it looks pretty good, and it matches the other ones. Let me get a picture of that and send it along to the client. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't be afraid to do anything. You can do it, okay? Don't let anybody tell you you can't. You can do it. Well, I had to show you this one little bit of bonus footage. See the moon rising over the burn pile. Boy, it's so poetic, isn't it? Over the trailer. I got to put axle bearings in that trailer. So there's that dog over there. Let's zoom in on her. I can't wait till 5 in the morning to see her sitting at my bay window sipping on my coffee. It'd be fun. All right, thanks again. Bye-bye, guys.